Hello! Today in the lesson we are going to solve another equation, and in this equation I will show another method that can be used to find the roots. Let's write down this equation. 3 times y minus 2 plus 6 times y minus 2 equals 18. This equation can be solved using the techniques we use for the transformation and solving the equation. Which method am I talking about? Well, we see that we have, on the left side, we have written expressions in parentheses, and we can open these parentheses by applying the distributive law. And then, when opening the brackets, we must multiply the multiplier that is written before the bracket by each summoned in these brackets. We know this technique, and let's use this technique and solve this equation. The result is 3 times y, that's 3 y's. I'm back to 3 plus 3 times minus 2. Plus the same method we apply to the second summand, 6 times y, that's 6y, plus 6 times minus 2 equals 18. And then we can do the next step and see that 3y minus 6 plus 6y minus 12 equals 18. In this case, we apply the standard solution method. Then 3y plus 6y, that would be 9y. Minus 6 minus 12, that would be minus 18. Equals 18. And then using our method, we can solve this equation and move the number minus 18 to the right side. The result is 18 plus 18. And that would be 9u equals 36. And solving this equation, we get that y equals 4. This is the standard way of solving such equations, but I want to show you another technique that can be used when solving equations. The point is that in this equation you will notice that we have a common multiplier. It's minus 2. And I can take that multiplier out of the parentheses. But very often when you solve equations in high school, you'll have complex equations. You can use the following technique. This technique is called the substitution method of alternation. If you don't feel comfortable opening the brackets and doing this, you can write that y minus 2 is conditionally equal to some variable t. And as a result, our equation will take the following form. 3 times t plus 6 times t equals 18. And in this equation, it's obvious that 3t plus 6t is 9t. And 9t equals 18. And in this case, t equals 18 divided by 9, that's 2. And then we need to keep in mind that we don't need to find what t equals in this equation. In our case, we need to find what y equals. And then I do the inverse of the substitution. Instead of t, I substitute the number 2. And then we have y minus 2 equals 2. And in this case, y equals 4. You can see that we got the same root of the equation. So we've used the method of variable substitution. Of course, I showed this technique on a simple equation. And it's better to use this technique on more complex equations, but you will only be able to use it when you can use it and see how to use it. Of course, I could have solved this equation another way. Let's label this equation the first way I solved it. I could solve it by variable substitution. I could solve it the third way. Which one? There's a reason I told you that you saw the common factor, and this common multiplier can be put behind the parenthesis. The result is I put e minus 2 outside the parenthesis. That leaves 3 plus 6 in the parenthesis. Let's write it down. 3 plus 6. And this product equals 18. And you can see that y minus 2 we can multiply by 9 equals 18. And in this case, y minus 2 equals 2. And we've already solved this equation. And the result is also y equals 4. And one more thing. When solving the equation, and I want to draw your attention to this equation, 9y minus 18 equals 18. Using the properties of equations, we can divide the left side and the right side by the number 9. Why by the number 9? The reason is that we can divide 9 by 9. 18 we can divide by 9. And again, 18 we can also divide by 9. As a result, this equation can be written like this. 9 divided by 9 is y. Minus 18 divided by 9 is 2. And again, 18 divided by 9 is 2. And the result is again the equation y minus 2 equals 2. Today we solved the equation. And in solving this equation, we use different methods of solving it. And these methods have led us to the correct answer. In the next lesson, we're going to solve a problem by solving the equation. And today our lesson has come to an end. Goodbye. See you again.